Good morning. I'm on Eliezer Ben Yehuda Street. Eliezer Ben Yehuda restored the Hebrew language more than 100 years ago, and God is restoring this land both physically and spiritually. Netivyah is one of the oldest ministries of Jewish disciples in Yeshua in this land. I invite you to come and see what God is doing today. There was only 3 congregations of speaking Hebrew in the whole country. One in Haifa, one in Jaffa, and one in Jerusalem. And the congregation didn't have more than 20 people in it. One Sabbath I go in, an Orthodox Jew and his wife are right in front of me. One of the elders of the congregation standing at the gate, and the old man took his hat off. He had a kippah. He took his hat off, and the elder took his kippah off and said, "You don't come into church with a hat on." And he threw the kippah on the ground. The old man bent down, picked up the kippah, and walked out. And I said with him, we decided that we don't need these Christian missions. We need to start something Jewish, something local. So we started a home group. We're 6 people. We're the only congregation in Israel that was totally independent. The leadership was totally Jewish, Israeli, and not a part of any denomination, any church, any mission, nothing. The most important thing that we do is that we have a community, Jews and Gentiles together, worshiping God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and honoring the Messiah of Israel, Yeshua.
What makes Netivyah and Ro'eh Israel unique in the Israeli landscape is it's not a Hebrew church, it's a Messianic synagogue. It's not Israeli Christian, it's Messianic Judaism.
Netivyah has been a pioneer in everything that we do. We are the first ones to celebrate the biblical holidays, first ones to have a Torah service, the first ones to pray in a Jewish liturgy style.
And we have a literature ministry. We write and publish many of the books that have been disseminated in the so-called Messianic movement around the world. We have a radio broadcast that has been now more than 20 years.
I think knowledge is a great tool. And that's why we preach and teach on the radio in Hebrew for the Israeli public.
I think that part of our vision in Netivyah is to be a bridge between Jewish world and Christian world, to teach Christians on their Jewish roots, to bring them back to Jerusalem spiritually.
We have a humanitarian ministry that feeds more than 100 families.
And we have been working hand in hand with the social services with some of the poorest neighborhoods in Jerusalem.
They come to us and they don't feel like they're beneath us. They don't feel like we're looking down on them. We're not doing them any favors. They're doing us a favor. We are able to serve them. We're able to help them.
It's really a testimony to them. They all know that we're Messianic, the people who come, the social services. We don't have any ulterior motives, but to help the communities.
There is another generation in Israel of people that were born in Israel, grew up as Jews, and the future is theirs.
So basically what we're trying to do for the next generation is to build a community for them, a community of friends, that they will not be alone.
We minister to believing soldiers. We try and find something that they can use during their service.
We're helping 15 students with their scholarships now, and in the Jewish tradition, teaching your sons is a very, very important commandment.
Everything we do here is meaningless if the next generation doesn't pick up the torch and carry it on.
Many before us have dreamt to see these days of the restoration of Israel, both physically and spiritually, and we feel fortunate to be a part of what God is doing in this land. We want to thank all of you who have been involved in this, and we want to invite all of you who want to get involved to join the work of Netivyah.